Hello and welcome to I Am Well podcast. I'm your host Gemma, a nutritionist and a hormonal fasting coach, passionate about self-development through a holistic lens. But my biggest mission is to help empower women and get them to reconnect and trust their bodies again. So if you're a woman who just wants to better herself and live her best life, you're listening to the right podcast. So let's get to it. Hello and welcome back to I Am Well podcast and welcome back to Mindset Mondays. Today, first off, actually, by the time you guys hear this, I would have just celebrated my 30th birthday. Yes, I'm now 30. And it's so funny, I was talking to someone the other day and they said, how does it feel to turn 30? How does it feel to be almost 30? And I just said, I'm excited. I'm excited because my whole 20s, I think it felt like throwing things at a wall and seeing what stuck. And my whole 30s, I feel like it's going to be me moving through with intention, doing things because I know that that's exactly what I want to do, not maybe if, or doing things because I know it's going to get me to the places where I want to be by the time I reach my 40s. So I am excited. Plus, I've had all my kids in my 20s, been there, done that. Now it's time to move on. Now it's time to just celebrate me and my kids, watching them grow. I'm so excited for my 30s. So happy birthday to me. And in saying that, I have actually done a special discount for you all. There is right now, actually, if you're listening to this on Monday, it's still up and running, 30% off anything online. Anything. If you want to work with me one-to-one, if you want to work with me in balance in my signature group program, if you want any of my journals or ebooks or whatever, it's all 30% off. A huge discount. I did not participate in Black Friday, but I was like, I'm participating in my birthday for sure. If I'm getting something, you guys are getting something too. We are all celebrating together. And I was one of those people that was always like, I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to celebrate my birthday. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We won't do anything. And then this year I'm like, no, we're going away. So we went away to Byron Bay. Well, you guys hearing this, I would have gone away to Byron Bay, but I'm going away this weekend. I'm so excited. I'm doing things. So I'm giving back to you guys as well. So 30% off is there until Tuesday. So you've only got today when this podcast episode comes out, and then the 30% off runs out. And I never do discounts like this, and I don't think I ever will again. This is only because it's one of my big birthdays, so you might not have anything until my 40th. Anyway, leaning into today's episode, we are talking, okay, the title says how to know when to quit your job. And I'm going to admit, yes, that was a title to kind of grab you, entice you in. But really, we are talking about leaning into your intuition and how to know is that your intuition? Is that a gut feeling? How to know the difference. I've had some guests on here talk about intuition, and I love everyone's perspective and point of view. So I thought for today, I'm going to get across my perspective and point of view as well. And I feel like it's really helped me in my life, in my business, and help me make some really tough decisions. So, how to know the difference between your gut and your intuition. I'm going to start there because I think it's actually a lot more complex than what people make it out to be. It's like some people say, you just know. It's that gut feeling. You just know. And there are times that you just know. But this year, I have definitely had some what I thought were gut feelings and then turned out later to maybe just be anxiety or fear of the unknown, fear of growth. So you sometimes really have to look inwards and understand whether that is anxiety, whether that is a fear of growth, or whether that is maybe your intuition exactly telling you what to do. So here's a little few tips on how to know whether it is your gut feeling, it is your intuition talking to you or not. So first off, I want you to ask yourself, when you get that feeling, when you get that thought come in, does this give me anxiety or does this thought light me up? Because there's a huge difference there. Like if you, and we're going to talk about it in the sense of you wanting to quit your job, right? If you could think of the possibilities of what you could be doing in the future instead of the job that you're doing right now, does that light you up or does that just give you anxiety? So that's one to think of. But then we go into the next one and it's like, okay, if it does give you anxiety, is that fear of the unknown? Is it fear of growth? Is it that part in your brain that we've talked about that's trying to keep you exactly where you are because it doesn't know this other version of you? So for you to be able to do that, you really have to make time to have that silence, to have that one-on-one with yourself so you can really sit there and think over what this anxiety is, because it's possible that anxiety is just fear of unknown. Recently, on the weekend, I met up with a friend and we were actually talking about her husband, her partner, I should say. Her partner, soon to be husband one day, he has his own business. And she was talking about how she would love to work in his business one day and just run the business together. And she said she knows there's a job opportunity for her to do that. She knows there's a possibility there and she knows it would help. But she's really scared because her job that she does right now, she knows exactly, she gets regular income. She knows exactly what she gets. It's all stable and it's comfortable. And she's too scared to do it in case that she loses all of that. And mind you, he's got a successful business. It's not like it's not doing well. It's doing well. And I just said, but you're thinking of all the reasons why it's not going to work. What about if you turn the tables and started thinking of all the reasons that it could work? Start thinking of all the possibilities. Straight away, our brain goes straight to thinking all the negative things that could come up, or the negative reasons as to why this won't work out, why I shouldn't do this. And we forget about just thinking about all the possibilities, all what could come from this, what could be of this. So she sat with that for a bit and she said, yeah, you're right. And it's just a completely different way of looking at it. So I want you to really think and sit with that feeling of anxiousness. If there's anything in your life that you're feeling right now that you're like, I want to do this, or I just, this doesn't feel right. I want to quit my job. I want to start this business. I want to do this side hustle, but I'm too scared of what people will think about, or I'm not smart enough to do that. Sit with that. Be in silence in that moment and think, is this that part of my brain that's trying to keep me safe and comfortable? Is this fear just the fear of growth? And most likely it is. As a mom, like, we're constantly rushing and we're never giving ourselves our time to just think. And not just as a mom, like, I know there's women out there that are also extremely busy, always, even if you're just always meeting up with people, or you're always working 9 to 5, you're doing extra stuff from home, you've got a side hustle, all of the things, you're never giving yourself time, just space to just think over things. I 100% knew this was happening with me because I was getting that as well. I was like, I was doing all the things this year in my business. I was on every single platform you could think of. I was always on social media, commenting, posting, doing all the stuff. And even though I know, and I was told, hard work doesn't mean that's the only way, and being busy doesn't mean you're successful, I was still like, I have to, because I'm a startup business. I have to do all this. I have to keep going. And I never gave myself time to sit in silence. And that is a huge game changer. And that is exactly what I have been working on for this past month. I'm reading an amazing book. I'll get it. It's called Light It. It's by Letitia and Drake, I think. And it's an amazing book because it gets you to listen to your intuition, but listen to your intuition via business, like help it with business. Yes, you can read this book if you don't have a business, but I like it because it's helping me get in touch with the answers that I need to help my business grow. And I just wasn't giving myself time to sit in silence. And I know I've been actually trying to meditate every single day for every day for the rest of the year of 2024. That was like one of my goals. And I'll be honest with you, I have not done it every single day, but I have done it at least 3 times a week. And sometimes I only get like 5 minutes and I think, oh, well, that'll do. That's enough. But I definitely cope better when I can find more time. So even if I can't do it that morning, even if I do it later on in the day, I always thought meditation in the morning was just really good to just help relax your nervous system, help set you up for the day, which it is. And I know I was been told, that's the best time to manifest things or do visualization because your brain's in the perfect brainwave state for you to actually have things seek in and go to your subconscious. So I like to do it in the morning, but what I have found that it's even better finding anytime you can, just to sit in silence, not to try to help manifest or visualize something, but to help things become clearer and help you make the right decisions in your business or in your life, anything that's going on. So like Steve Jobs, for example, he was one of the ones that said he had a lot of huge ideas and big creative ideas, and some of his best ideas came from those moments where he did sit in silence. He was a huge advocate for meditation and just sitting and visualization. And he started thinking of things before anyone else, thinking of things that we would need for technology in the future that not any of us would have thought about. It's crazy, like how we thought of that we wouldn't need a keyboard for our phones, how a touch screen would be better. The things that he thought about before any of us could even realize we would need them was insane. And he thought about it in the times where he got silence. So sitting in those moments of silence is so, so powerful. We forget that this is when our intuition is always trying to talk to us, and we don't take the time to just sit and listen. And sometimes our intuition has big things to say to us, big things that you are trying to search for the answer for, you are trying to figure out on your own, when if you just took the moments of silence, you could listen to yourself and you would have the answers within. So some examples are like, say, and we're going to do this about work again. So say you're going to work and work just feels uneasy. It doesn't feel right to go. You start when you start dreaming about work at night and you have anxiety dreaming about work, or you start thinking of like a happier place, meaning you start thinking of the possibilities. Imagine if I had this side hustle. Imagine if I had this other big business. Imagine if I was able to work from home and be around my kids more. You start having those thoughts pop in. That's your intuition, people. Listen to it. You start feeling stuck in life, like you start feeling depressed. You start feeling like unmotivated, like what's the point? What am I even doing? This is all your intuition telling you that you're not in the right place, that it's time to maybe look for other things that light you up, other passions, because you are going to be successful in something if you're passionate about it. Now, I'm not sitting here and telling you that you have to quit your job. What I'm sitting here and telling you is that your gut feeling, your intuition, those thoughts that are coming to you, they're coming to you for a reason, and it's time to sit there and listen. What if you're like, okay, I'm listening and my intuition is telling me I need to remove myself from work, I need to start something else, but I have no idea what I want to do. I have no idea what lights me up. what gives me passion. Like, Gemma, like, that's great that you're telling me I can listen to my intuition. My intuition is telling me to quit my job, but like, what does light me up? I have no idea what to do. Okay, this is the time again. Sit in silence. Do some breath work. There's amazing breath work on an app called Othership, or you've also got Insight Timer that you can use. They're both free. Do breath work to help regulate your nervous system first, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. It just helps everything slow down and things become clearer. And then just sit there in silence, and you'll start to all of a sudden have these random thoughts. If they're random, let them come in, let them go. Don't worry about that. But once you feel that silence, once you feel like you're so calm and your nervous system is regulated, ask the question, what lights me up? What gives me passion? And I promise you it will end up coming. If it doesn't come at first, you just need to be consistent with this. Try again later. Try again the next day. Because each time I do it, my vision becomes clearer and clearer. And as I said, like, I've been really, really focusing on doing this last month. And my things are changing in my business. Things are changing in my life. Things are moving quite fast, and I'm here for it and I'm loving it. And it's because I'm taking these moments out. When things start to get hectic for me, when I feel very burned out and I'm falling behind, I will know it's because I haven't taken these moments to sit there in silence. So that's a huge one. As I said, you can use the Insight Timer app if needed. There's heaps of guided meditations on there, but keep doing it and you will get more specific with your vision. For example, I will say, like, for me, running my business, I love teaching women how to fast to their cycle. I love teaching women about their hormones, how to eat for their hormones. I love teaching nutrition. I do connect the mindset part to it, but I did stop teaching that a lot. Like, I just more so focused on nutrition and hormones. And there was a part of me that there felt like something was missing, something was off, and I couldn't figure out what it really was. Like, I couldn't figure out why I was feeling like this. And so I did this activity. Now, I'm going to be really real and authentic with you here. And this is very open for me and quite scary, but I'm actually going to read you my vision that came up from this activity that I did, exactly from my journal right here. I'm going to read it to you. And as I said, like, this is quite personal, intimate that I'm reading this to you. But I want you to understand that this does work. It's not some woo-woo thing, and how it's working for me. And when you kind of hear someone else do it, you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to try this. You'll hear when I start to say this, at the start of me writing, it's kind of like things that I want. You know, I want my life to be easier. I love doing this. I want this. And then by the end of it, you realize what I truly, truly desire and what I truly am passionate about. And this just made everything so much clearer to me. So as I said, when I first started this business, I was teaching women about nutrition, fasting, and reconnecting them to their bodies and listening to their hormones. But something felt like there was a deeper meaning and there was a deeper purpose and a desire for this. And I just wasn't sure. I didn't know what it was. So I did this activity. And this is what I wrote. So what is it you truly desire? I wrote, I want to run my own business, but I want it to be easy and fun. I love talking nutrition, women's hormones, and health, but I want my business to be unique. I want it to be extremely different, and I want it to be able to help over millions of women. I want to be an influence of positivity to women. I want to help make them feel like anything is possible again. Yes, I use my health tools, but the main part of the game is to help women come alive again. I understand their bodies alive again and understand their bodies, feel the wealth from within, nourish their minds, bodies, and souls. I want to thrive myself, reconnect with my own body and intuition through fasting, etc. But because I love it, not to punish it. I want to travel, meet women in person and hug them and tell them I understand. Be that source of comfort when they feel alone. Help them set boundaries when they feel helpless. I never want anyone to feel like they don't have a voice again. I don't want any woman to go through what I went through and feel like they can't talk to anyone. I want to create a secret portal of women only to share their darkest thoughts, their deepest truths, not just for help or for guidance, but for someone to listen so they can feel that support. I want to change women's lives like this. I want to create a wellness book that covers it all using mindset to balance the hormones, nutrition to heal the mind, and hormones to unlock a woman's fullest potential. I am creating the army of confident, supportive superwomen. This army will be in full force to take charge of the healing that's needed in this world. I am not a writer. And I was gobsmacked by the end of that. And I was like, that's what I want. This is what I'm passionate about. Yeah, it's not just about helping women create this healthy lifestyle. Like, I love that. But there's a deeper purpose there. There's a deeper meaning. It's because I know what it feels like to do everything and it's not working. But also, I know what it feels like to hate your body, be angry at your body. I know what it feels like to be on this journey in life where you don't feel good enough. You don't feel confident. You don't feel smart enough. I know what that feels like to have pain inside your body because of past traumas, situations that made you feel so small, and you really had this huge disconnect to your body due to it. I know what that feels like. And that's my deeper reasoning for this whole business. It's because I want to help you so that you don't feel like that ever again, so that I don't feel like that ever again, so that we can create a community of women that are here to support each other, not be competitive with each other. Because I've been there, I've done that, and I'm done being competitive with each other. So that was just my biggest intake from doing this work. And it truly, truly works, guys. I just want you to give it a shot. Find more times to sit in silence. Find more times to connect with your intuition. And if you're struggling, reach out to me. I'm not, as you can see from my purpose, from my true desire, I'm not just going to try and sell you something. I'm here because I want to make real, raw, authentic connections. I want to be here to support you all. I want a community of this superwoman army where we are thriving together and we're supporting one another. We're happy for one another's achievements and everything. So if you're looking for that, I am here, guys. I am here and I'm here with you. So please reach out if you ever feel. But once again, that is just an example of what you can achieve when you really sit in silence and then you connect with that intuition. So I challenge you to find some time throughout your day, today, tomorrow, as soon as possible, and set a timer for 10 minutes and have in your mind the question that says, what is it you truly desire? And then just leave it. Wait 10 minutes and see what pops up for you, what comes up. Once that 10 minutes is up, set another timer for another 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. It could be 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. And write down in your journal everything that came up for you. And don't think about it. Just let your hand do the writing and see what comes up. And if you want to share it, I would love that. Please reach out. Just send me a message via Instagram on DMs, and I would love to hear what comes up for you. It's truly, truly life-changing and really inspirational when you start to connect with yourself on this deeper level. Just going to breathe now. thank you for listening to this episode today. If you liked this episode, please don't forget to leave me a rating or review. It means so much to me. Otherwise, I hope you all have a beautiful, amazing week. And don't forget, there is that 30% off until the end of today. But I will talk to you all in the next episode. Love you guys. Bye.